I have something to tell you guys. Since the start of Hermitcraft Season 7, I've felt a shift in my very core. Okay, I feel as if my identity has changed a little bit, and I just want all of you to embrace Bumbo Baggins. Okay? My name is now Bumbo Baggins. I'm embracing the Hobbit life, okay? I'm embracing it, and I'm loving it. And I know there's another Hobbit on the server, but there ain't no one as Hobbit as me, okay? Look at me. Look, I've got my trousers, alright? I've got a little waistcoat type thing. I've got my... To be fair, I mean, Grian actually has similar hair to this. So, he's already kind of halfway Hobbit, but I've gone full Hobbit. 100% Hobbit. I am the hobbitiest... Goodness me. I am the hobbitiest Hobbit on the Hermitcraft server. Yeah, that's a little bit more like it. And in typical Hobbit fashion, I've got a bit of a quest, a bit of an adventure. I'm on my way to Iscal's base to see how many diamonds he has so that I can get more diamonds than he has. I've heard he's done a little bit of mining, and we definitely can't be poorer than him. Oh, this could be a problem. He's got 64 diamonds in his little bank here, but then also 24 diamond ore there. He also has a bunch of... He is loaded. What on earth? Maybe I'm being a little bit childish, but I refuse. I refuse to have less diamonds than him. So we're going to have to do a serious mining session here. A serious mining session. I'm going to have to get at least 2 stacks. I mean, a minimum of 2 stacks of diamonds. So this is just a very short montage of all of the diamonds that I managed to get during my mining session. And when I say it's very short, I mean it's very short because... there's nothing I can do! You see, what I've done is... done that. Oh, that's not good. It's really not good. I mined a block. I was stood on gravel, and the gravel updated, fell into the lava, and then I tried to place a water bucket to get myself out of the lava, and I put obsidian above myself. Not good. But thankfully, the Hermitcraft server is an amazing place filled with amazing people, especially Corrales, who has allowed me to have a Fortune 3 Efficiency 4 pickaxe. That is, honestly, that's so kind of him, because obviously it's still early days, you know, we're still getting ourselves together, nobody has crazy amounts of resources just yet, and for him to allow me to have this, that is so sweet of him, so thank you, honestly, thank you so much. And making use of that pickaxe, it's still, I mean, I'm still competitive, I still want to get more diamonds in this scout, and despite the fact that I've just lost everything, literally all of my stuff, I am committed to this goal. So I went back out, I continued mining some diamonds, and I have to say, but it was a lot more successful than I was thinking, to be honest with you. This has been a very good mining session. I think I was out for around about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and I have gone from having 8 diamonds in this chest to having nearly 2 stacks. And I also have a whole bunch of other resources as well, and tons upon tons of redstone. So this has been fantastic. Not 100% certain if I'm beating Iscal just yet, but we're definitely on the right track. Wait a second, I've just come out in front of my house. This jungle ain't big enough for 2 hobbit holes. There can only be 1. He has turned my hobbit hole into a green. I didn't even notice it when I was inside. No, that black glass is incredibly subtle. Well, that's hilarious, but may I remind you, okay, Mr. Grian, that you are currently only half Hobbit, whereas I am full Bumbo Baggins. I think we'll get him back a little bit later on. For now, iron farms. Iron farms in Minecraft 1.14 and onwards are a lot simpler than they used to be, in that you can actually get some really good rates with some fairly... I mean, look at this. This isn't a particularly complicated design. And on the topic of the design itself, it's by Nembon. I'll put a link to it down in the description. As always, if I've forgotten, literally punch me in the face. But the reason I want an iron farm in the early days of the Hermitcraft season is because it opens up all sorts of opportunities for various different builds. Obviously, I can now use iron blocks for decoration. I can use iron blocks for beacon pyramids. That means that I can suddenly get insta-mine using efficiency 5 and haste 2. And most importantly, hoppers, pistons, they all require tons upon tons of iron. So if I have a decent supply, then we're not going to be limited at all when it comes to building big redstone contraptions. Basically, iron farms are great. Okay, I mean, what more do you need to know? Now, I was thinking I'll build this somewhere near-ish a village, simply because it allows me to easily transport the villagers from the village to the iron farm. I don't have to worry too much about creating massive minecart rails or anything like that. This seems like a pretty good candidate, and I would say that this plains area over here seems like it could be a really good spot for building. Yeah, look at that. This is like an opening. It's like an opening for where we can actually construct some fairly large-scale stuff. Maybe this will develop over time. I can feel another industrial district coming on. So I guess before we build an iron farm, we actually need to build up a villager breeder so that we can get enough villagers to put into our iron farm. And to do one of those shouldn't actually be that complicated if I remember how to build them correctly. We're going to need a bunch of glass and also some dirt to make the farm and some other bits and bobs. The big one is beds, so I'm just out gathering up some wool from all of the sheep. I've been seeing these things popping up. I really need to get myself sorted out with some form of honey farm. All of that in due time, I think. Right, this is all the stuff that I need. Now it's time to head back over to the village and start constructing this thing. And I gotta say, because I've built a few of these in my time, it's going well. Things are coming together quite nicely. So here is the base. So this area here is going to be the farm, literally the farm. It's going to have carrots, it's going to have potato, potentially just carrots. I think it has to be a single crop. So all of this is just going to be carrots. And then our two kind of breeding villagers are going to be going right here. And then all of the baby villagers are going to be dropping through to the bottom. Now, this design was actually created by Impulse SV, who's actually a member of the Hermitcraft server, if you weren't aware. It's a brilliant design. I use it all the time. And now it's all finished. It's all been filled up. It's ready to accept some villagers. I don't know how I'm going to get enough carrots to actually fill this thing in. That's the only slight problem. I might have to ask Uskal for some bones. Which, for those of you who haven't seen the previous episode of Hermitcraft, is a tiny bit embarrassing, given the fact that he came to my base the other day asking if I wanted to buy multiple stacks of bones, and I kind of shut him down a tiny bit. Anyway, they have been incredibly helpful, because now we have a lovely field of crops. The villager will fill in this final bit, but you kind of have to place in all of the crops ready for them, because otherwise it will take them ages to start sussing things out. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure how these things function. Anyway, now it is time to actually start gathering the villagers, which is a royal pain in the backside. Always. It never goes smoothly for me. At least 4 of them always die. Villager number 1, and this guy's the most important, is in place, and he is safe, I think. Yes. Fantastic. Okay, so he's there. The farmer is in and ready to start rocking and rolling. Okay, now time to get the 2 breeders. And you have no idea how depressing this is, but I'm having to go back to a stone shovel. my shovel has given up on me, so I'm back to stone tools. With that being said, progress is coming along well. We've got our first villager in the breeding section, so now we just have 1 more, and so far, we haven't had any casualties. I did punch that one with an axe, though. So that's like a minor injury. Now we just have to hope that this guy right here doesn't for some reason walk off the edge. I'm going to be keeping a keen eye on him until the sun goes down. Hopefully when the sun goes down, he'll then hop into a bed. And then when he gets out of the bed, he'll be in the center. Although I'm not 100% certain if that's the case either. Man, does the sun always move this slow? It feels like the sun doesn't move this slow normally. What felt like a lifetime later, the sun is still in the same place. What felt like even more of a lifetime later, our guy is in bed. Okay, so he's doing that correctly. Now we just have to wait for someone to sleep. As soon as somebody sleeps, then he's going to pop out of the bed. Hopefully be there. Alright, now we have to wait again. Nice! Okay, fantastic. He went into position correctly. Villager breeder is now all done and dusted, completed, finitured, all good. Awesome! Alright, now I guess we can start work on the iron farm. Except, well, this small detail came up. I am currently at panic stations. Because I died earlier on in the video, it kind of frazzled my brain a little bit, and it made me change things around. Totally forgot about the hermit challenges thing. I need to get a parrot. I've forgotten to get a parrot. I haven't completed my challenge. But we now have to make our way to the desert base. As you can see, I'm being totally natural. I don't think Iskal's detected any oddness from me in the slightest. Oh goodness. Here's hoping I can find a parrot on the way there. I'm not feeling good about this.
Well, the time is up, Mumbo. For hermit challenges, yay!
Yeah, you're getting there. You're like, yeah. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Yeah, time's up.
Where's your parrot?
Yeah, no, he's over by the jungle temple and things like that. Well, I'll show you him in a little bit. But where's your hole, dude? Like we're here. There's no evidence of any form of hole. I feel like you haven't actually done this, and that's a tiny bit embarrassing, dude.
Follow me. It's not gonna be embarrassing.
Okay. Well, this is pathetic already. This is not 10,000 blocks, dude.
This is not 10,000 blocks, and it is pathetic. I agree. I hate it.
Okay, we're on the same page. This is a bit of a flex. Okay.
Yep.
A tiny bit of a flex.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You deserve it. But here's what I want to show you. Just stand here and look at this thing. No, don't stand in it. Okay. Just stand here and look at it.
Yep.
A little bit awkward. We may have to wait a little bit, but just
no,
just wait.
No, it's fine. I mean, I do have all day. I'm a busy man. I've got a whole bit of things to do, quests to run, more doors to Mordor, and rings to return, and we were stood there for quite some time. Quite some time. I don't know what you were trying to show me here, dude, because like you were tasked to build a 10,000. You were meant to mine 10,000 blocks, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, 10,000 blocks.
That's a maximum of 4 blocks, dude. I don't care that it's surrounded by slime blocks and things like that. This is like 4 blocks, and this looks like it's kind of one of those rooms in an abandoned mine shaft that's already mined out. It's very pretty, but I'm not seeing any evidence of mined blocks here, man. Then finally, very anticlimactically. Oh.
Yeah. Did you see it? Did you catch it?
I did catch it.
Look at this.
It caught me off guard. Here. All right. Okay. So there were slime balls that came through. Okay. That's not bad. How?
Yep. I'm gonna show you the 10,000 blocks.
So those slime balls, are they for sale, or are you just keeping them? Can I tempt you with more bamboo? 12 bamboo, 24 bamboo, 46 bamboo, 52 bamboo, 64 bamboo, 128 bamboo?
128 I'll take. I've actually dug out something around 11,500 blocks.
You overachiever, you. Look at this. Oh, look, there's a slime actually coming our way. This is...
And mind you, I've done that without a beacon.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
It's taken all day.
I'm not surprised, dude. This is impressive. So you could have done a little bit of a better job on the decoration. This place is it could be nicer, but that wasn't strictly in the challenge.
I've actually decorated it. Everything is stone. There's no granite and no diorite.
Well, there was some andesite down at the bottom, but I won't mention it.
Andesite is fine. It's still the same color. My goodness.
Okay. Well, we can agree to disagree on that one. You've got some diorite in the walls up here as well. I mean, look, okay, I know that wasn't part of the challenge. And that's fine. It's fine that you didn't do it, but maybe next time, this is Hermit Challenges. It's quite a big deal that we really
I dug 11,500 blocks. You gave me a challenge when I was in an iron pickaxe. I had to also go mine diamonds so that I could flex for you.
Yep.
So that I could flex for you, things like this.
No, you haven't. You've been holding that up, and then you go tools akimbo. All right, okay. Well.
Show me your parrot then, and we can end this stupid hermit challenges.
End them? It's only just begun, my friend. It's only just begun. Now I think a lot of you are going to be very impressed with my professionalism here. It's a bit bigger than yours as well. In fact, my parrot is actually bigger than yours, which is pretty impressive. And it lays eggs. So
this is a chicken!
So I've got a double-sized parrot.
Mumbo, this is a chicken. It's not a double-sized parrot. You have renamed. You have literally renamed. And you've even tied him up.
Yeah.
You've renamed a chicken.
I wouldn't want a parrot this size getting away.
Why haven't
This is a prize-winning parrot, mate. Look at your pathetic parrot compared to my parrot, mate.
Can your parrot sit on your shoulder? No, it can't. You know why?
He's a strong,
because
independent
it's not a parrot. It's a chicken.
Okay, he's a strong, independent parrot. He don't need no man. Okay, and he don't need to sit on no one's shoulder. He does what he wants.
It's a chicken. It's not a fat parrot. It's a chicken. You have failed, Mumbo Jumbo.
No, I have not.
Mustache, madman. You have failed Hermit Challenges.
I have not.
You have renamed a chicken.
I've not renamed a chicken. It's a parrot. It's clearly a parrot. It is clearly a parrot, and it's far bigger than your parrot. And you know what?
I can't
Why
believe
don't you look?
You have got yourself a chicken. All right, that's a chicken.
Well, I'm glad that's resolved.
What do you mean?
I'm glad
you failed. I won.
No. I'm glad that's all resolved. You hit the bell. You've said that I'd complete the challenge. You've agreed that the challenges are completed. I hit the bell saying, "Congratulations, Iskal. You mined 10,000 blocks. Brilliant." And you hit the bell going, "Congratulations."
That's a chicken. That's not a parrot.
No. See that when you complete the challenges, the hermits meet back up at this temple. They ring the bell to say, "Nice. I accept that you've completed the challenge."
I want us to have a serious look at that mustache this season because there's something different with you.
Dude,
you're so annoying. You're so annoying.
I can't
believe this.
Rules are rules, dude. You rang the bell. You confirmed that I'd completed the challenge. I've got a parrot. It's twice the size of your parrot.
12 hours of mining.
Twice the size of your parrot.
10,000 blocks.
At least.
And you've got a chicken with a name tag.
And it lays eggs.
Impressive that you got a name tag, but still, it's not a parrot.
It was your name tag. Oh no, it wasn't your name tag. No, it was.
Was it my name tag?
No, and it's definitely a parrot. I genuinely think that Iskal might have aged to 30 years by the end of this Hermitcraft season. It's so fun stressing them out. Anyway, we are now back over by the villagers. I'm just building up a little bit of lightning protection, and I thought before I actually build up the iron farm, it's probably wise if I actually just get some villagers in place. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just dig myself a hole, and I'm going to AFK overnight, and hopefully when I return to the server, these guys will be overflowing from that zone there. Let's see what happens. I've got my fingers and toes and arms and legs and ears crossed. Well, it looks like we have a bunch of villagers in there. In fact, so many that they've started to overflow. That was perfect timing. He was not there a second ago. That's hilarious. And one added bonus of this is actually potatoes. So we've solved our food problem because this guy up at the top here is he's farming potatoes. He's doing his thing. He's throwing it down to the villagers. They're breeding up. But if they don't catch them, they fall down into this hopper. Look how many we've managed to get with one night of AFKing. Impulse SV, this is the best farm ever. Seriously, this is the best farm ever. Although that could potentially change very soon as we are about to build an iron farm, and iron farms are great. And I reckon this iron farm should be built somewhere around about here. I really want to try and keep it in line with this villager breeder, so that in the future, if we do actually decide to develop this zone in any way, it's kind of started from a good spot. I'm going to try my best. Now, one thing that this build does require is a boatload of sand to turn into glass. And once again, I'm going to complain about my lack of efficiency on a shovel. I can't wait to have full enchanted tools. I mean, I can't wait to have diamond armor again. I'm missing that. I'm a total embarrassment to the Hermitcraft server right now. Right, this should be all of the stuff that I need to do this build. I've got a bunch of slabs. I've got all the powered rails. I've got a ton of glass. We've got all of the jungle fence gates. They don't necessarily need to be jungle. They just need to be fence gates. I think this is it. I can already tell I'm definitely going to forget something and then have to make the 1,000 block trip back. Right, here is the actual outline of how big the iron farm is going to be. So far, it is fully centered on our villager breeder, so that's all good. But this is how big the structure is actually going to be. This is where the villagers are going to be going. In those corners, the iron golems are going to drop out of here. And then in the center, this is where our zombie is going to be spinning around in that minecart. Right, next part of the framework has been added in. These things are in place to slow down the zombie. So he will gradually make his way around in water there, giving the villagers time to panic so that they can actually generate an iron golem. And it's a 45-second, I think, cycle for the zombie to go around, which is just enough time for the panic setting of the villagers to reset and then them get re-panicked and spawn another iron golem by the time the zombie comes back. I am definitely butchering all of this info, so please watch Nembomb's video. Cool, this thing's now all fully constructed, and this is what I mean. In Minecraft 1.14 and above, I mean, iron farms used to be, if you wanted to make a really efficient one that produced a decent quantity of iron, man, they would be the most enormous project. There would be hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of doors. There'd be loads of redstone, auto rebuilding, stacking of villages next to one another. It was a bit nuts. Nowadays, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier. So all we have to do is just chuck a zombie in there, get 12 villagers in, 3 in each one of these chambers, and we're done. Cool. Let's head back over to the base, which still looks like Grian's face. Still looks like Grian's face. I mean, I feel like we should get him back. As I've discussed throughout this episode, I am the only 100% Hobbit on this server right now, full Bumbo Baggins. And I feel like I feel like we need to hit him back. And I think I have an idea for something that we can do. It's as cheesy as all cheese, okay? It is the cheesiest of jokes. But you know what? I think we can get him. I feel like we can get him here. Now, although he may not be 100% Hobbit like I am, his Hobbit hole is rather lovely. This is quite a nice place to be. I like the idea of the trapdoors on the edges of the holes here. In fact, I actually might need to not steal that. That's not the right term, but I might have to take inspiration from that because that's a nice way of doing things. But anyway, I think, where should I construct this thing? It's kind of a difficult one to work out where to construct. Oh, and just to warn you, things are going to get very noisy very quickly here. I think we can all see where this is going. All right, I think we can all see where this is going. I'm hoping it looks... This is such a silly idea. Okay, I might start getting some stairs in place a little bit. I mean, it's meant to be ugly. Okay, I don't want it to be horrendously... No, it's meant to be ugly. It's going to be horrendously ugly. No, I couldn't face it. I couldn't face building something that disgusting. So I'm gradually trying to work my way towards something that isn't terrible. It doesn't look like an 11-year-old's built it. Okay, it's still ugly, but it's slightly better. Anyway, this is the Mordor. It's filled with more doors. It's going to make a bunch of noise. Here goes. So, observer facing in that direction. And then observer facing in that direction. Okay, the first 3 are going, and already I want to die. Goodness me. We've got 2 rows. That looks so hilarious. That looks so ridiculous. It's better than I ever thought, and I'm so happy that we decided to invest at least a tiny bit of time into actually making it look sort of decent. I mean, my Eye of Sauron? I can't remember. I think it's Eye of Sauron. Could probably do with some work, but that's the best I could do with the resources that I had. Man, okay, let's put some signs in. If you're such a hobbit, then you'll love this Mordor. I think that's all I need to say, to be honest with you. I think that's it. Perfect. I would say we have absolutely nailed this. So stupid. Hermitcraft Season 7 has gotten off to a fairly silly start, hasn't it? Very, very silly indeed. I mean, Hermit Challenges has been a bit ridiculous. This Hobbit stuff is a bit daft. All of it's daft. It's fantastically daft. I hope you're enjoying the daftness, and I'll catch you in the next episode. See ya. I think this might have been my favourite start to a Hermitcraft season ever. I'm having so much fun. Seriously, I am doing nothing but thinking about things to do on the Hermitcraft server and having fun with concepts and ideas of what to do on the Hermitcraft server. It's so cool. I feel like I'm striking a really nice balance right now of just goofing around while also actually making decent progress. This feels good. One.